Hello guys, this is another episode of OptiChillcode. It's been 2 weeks since I did the last one, that's okay. It's okay if they are not necessarily very frequent. I was doing some work with the Bizarro engine before and the editor, but I might want to do something slightly different. And also I'm not sure what the plans are for the week. I'm motivated or demotivated for different things. Now there was something I was planning and I later decided maybe I will not do. Also I have been put in some other challenge, but I'm not gonna do that today. I was thinking, but it's hard to decide because it's also I might start again and just talk about above the code and not doing much. But this is how those OptiChill videos are. They are just relaxing. Now here's the thing, I put this music. Are we gonna do 1.5 hours, 1 hour? I don't know. Cause maybe I'll need more than 1 hour. And here's the thing, some time ago, even a month or two ago, I was almost about planning to do something for this December game jam. Something running indoors. And I was actually thinking at first I was trying. Now I have only 9 days. But I thought if I'm not very motivated for something, I will see. I can start. Can continue working with what I have, and maybe I have something small for a crappy gameplay thing. And previously I had to end your 30 days, and I was like, yeah, I have enough. Then I started working on the Bizarro Underground and said, this is more relevant. I'm more motivated. Now somehow I'm not motivated for that again. So maybe it's nice to switch. It's like when I switched to... When I was switching to Astro's code to do some CPC coding. Just for a little while, for 3, 4, 5 days. Cause I wasn't doing anything. So maybe it's nice for a while. And we'll see, maybe tomorrow I won't work with it, maybe I will. And I had one plan was to port the Bizarro engine. And now this is something where I copied the code from 3DO. But I will have to replace the seller render, I will have to replace a lot. And I just stopped, I didn't do anything else than, I don't know, one day in the city, in the cafeteria, with my laptop. And the problem is also hold it a bit. I did some crappy job here. That's interesting. Maybe git sync. Yeah, I didn't know what I was doing and I worked for 1 or 2 days and stopped. No, the same day. Here, look at the monstrosity I've done. I cut all of this. Do you see the short names? Because I wanted this to compile in DOS. In case I want to build it in DOS, and I had to cut to 8 characters. And I don't quite like it, and I spent time with that, and then I did nothing. So I left this and I started working with this project, which is maybe what we will try to. Which is, I had another DOS engine. The DOS engine was called Bugo Engine 486. I ported, I say, I'm not gonna port the 3D, I'm gonna port my other software engine. And I will start working on a concept with it. However, I copied some code from the Bizarro engine because I want to make some structures with a block map. I think this is called generate mesh. So I did copy code and manipulate code from the 3D engine, the one that I have a block map. And I'm building the side polygons. I have, like Minecraft pieces. However, my plan for this one is not to make a first person. My plan for this is to make a top-down navigator in some cube area. A top-down game. Maybe I can even port to 3DO. And so I think wait. Did I even try to build that on? It is called Astroscolics. Now that's also not a... No, hold it. That's dump. I do have it here. So wait, I have it here too. Now there is something good with this one. Now I'm not gonna bother here with names that are only here. The names are only here the names. Now Astroscolics is not gonna be 8 characters name. But at least the source file are gonna be that. And I'm gonna hit W make just to see if it works. Now I'm running on something like a very strong Pentium. Maybe I would have liked to... I see most of the entries in the jam, they are for low-end PCs. There is one that is for 486 and Pentium. There is a racing game now. Similar racing game, a mode 7 floor. Few zooming sprite, and it's running okay. It's on 486 and it's better if you have Pentium. I like to target the 486 and Pentium. Probably it's gonna be Pentium now. Okay, I'm gonna put the Pentium 133 a bit lower. And now all I have is this. I'm afraid I might have to fix something on my engine because right now I'm not sorting the global polygons. I'm sorting polygons for each different object. Oh, and by the way, look what I noticed. So below, I was having a grid map 8 blocks high and 32 by 32 in X and Y. Maybe I do it 64. I have more memory here. And I realized the way I build it has some weird shading, like it's shadowy at some places. Because somehow I build the normals and something might be correct or not. And this is the pseudo fog shading. So if I was to run it on a 486-66, yeah, you will struggle a bit. Of course, this is DOSBox, this is not the real hardware. So I'm not claiming it's representative. And that could be the ultimate struggle. And now I have a different goal. Now here is something good. That same day I had this idea to build a wrapper with SDL again, SDL2. I found another project where I had VGA to SDL. Very basic stuff. This 320 by 208 bits, palletized to 56 colors. And this is great because I can accelerate the development here. That's just great. The only thing is sometimes with this I have to move the window. So maybe I'll go with that. So I have a very crude system just for the basic. And that the music doesn't pump me up very much. It goes very repetitive, but it's gonna change now. I like the ambient thing, but it doesn't pump me up now. So I have to go back and remember what I was trying to do. Now I have a different goal. First of all, I had a very crappy way to create the block data level. The width is 16 by 16 if I put it 32, of course. 16 is very little. And I see some cubes go on the other side. Let me calculate something. Now, the block data, how big are they? 24 bytes. Ah, no, block data. Num levels. No, the blocks with high depth and unsigned are blocks. Oh, hold it. Do I build that? Yeah, I made it to build that too. Okay, good. Oh no. Yeah, I know why. Did I fix that? Should I care? Because on those I will have to work on 32 bits, and if something goes wrong, I don't know, with some fixed point arithmetic, even though ints are still 32, I think that, yeah, I cannot hover and see that. It's the pointer, it's the 64-bit pointer. Should I bother? Last time so all I need is the SD tool, SDR tool. It's good to be consistent. Let's see now. Okay. Oh, but the only reason is not sudden precision. It's that we're very close. It doesn't behave differently. So this is gonna be 16, but these are unsigned charts. That's what I want to see. So. Yeah, these are very little. Now if I go 64, 64, 64, and that's on the 3DO I'm 32, 32, 32, but I have more information stored. What if I have more information stored here? It's gonna be few things. At worst it's gonna be 4 bytes. Now I might have okay, vertically I need 8. I need to do short mountains and passages. That's my plan. I don't need more. Now on the my target will be at least 4 megabytes of RAM. A 486 with 4 megabytes, else a Pentium, and if you have a Pentium, you might at least have 8 megabytes. So if I go too far with it, the most far I can go is 256 by 253. But I have a plan, of course. Yeah, and very worst case is that I have 4 bytes because I want to store more stuff, but probably I won't. I will not need to store more stuff in this case. So worst, very very worst case. Assuming I'm not compressing it, I'm not doing some sparse. Also, I'm not gonna do that. Let's suppose we do that. Suppose we do that. First of all, it's gonna go out of bounds. It's gonna die. Now there are many reasons why it dies. Because in our 3D engine, yeah, we have some. This is also gonna add. Now I'm gonna take a different approach, of course. Does that work by chance? So the only thing that I have seen working was that. Which is funny. Now my approach obviously will not be this, because this is gonna die if I ever put so many polygons. Let's see this for fun. Put I don't know 16. Let's put that far away. I want to see the complexity. Ah, okay. Let's put that down. This is very dumb. Oh my god, we have a city. I'm not clipping some stuff. Oh god, no. Now there is no point why I'm doing that. I just like to see the... Oh my god, that looks... Who knows why? Okay, maybe I went overboard. Now I want to put this but 16. Glittery. And now for fun, I'm gonna run it. What is the DOS box? To see how slow it is. If it even fits the memory. It takes time to generate, even on PC. Oh boy. Oh wow. This is like the Pentium 233 or something. I thought it would be much slower. Now, let's put it back. I might... those two objects were just for test. Ah yeah, the cube. And this is the teapot. This is a dumb thing from Quickbasic. In Quickbasic, in the Quickbasic engine, this is where that engine was ported from at the time. If I don't give a file Just generate a cube, else load the file and I can load PLG and now for this game we might not need PLG, we might do some procedural stuff. So I'm going to not do that, however we have to see if I do. That was a dumb thing. It goes for having multiple objects. Maybe I will change polystyle. Okay, I'm gonna reuse that. It happened that object 0 was the block mesh, this block mesh. Object 1 the cube, object 2 the teapot. That was a test. I might just clean up something. Now, I had these buttons that we changed the polygon style. Okay, for the time being I'm just gonna do it on 0, forget everything. And that was just to test the gross shading, flat shading. We're gonna do some input script. This is mapped from to the PC keyboard really. Now here is the funny thing. Joy button press and joy button ID. On main probably. This is a port from the console and maybe it's even a port A, B, C, D, E, F. It is a port from some code on NEC PCFX for some reason, or at least the input. And those were the button of the NEC PCFX, which I never did anything else with the NEC PCFX. The NEC PCFX now, I used to have it here connected to test stuff, but I have put it in the corner. I might revive it in the future, and I had a WSL Linux subsystem where somehow I installed the SDK after a lot of trouble and make it work. And now I accidentally did something and destroyed it, and I have to rebuild it again. I told you I was cleaning up my hard drive and maybe I uninstalled the WSL to reinstall it. I did something and I cannot build for NEC PCFX and I don't plan now. In the future I plan to, but I think that I got this emulation code from there because I was porting something else. It's funny, but these are maps to PC keyboards. I was rotating the objects. So, I have some idea and I might want to keep that for now. And maybe we need multiple object numbers. Because here is the idea I have. the idea is first of all, can I initialize something better? I'm kinda slow now, but I wanted to do something crude. And I was looping through the block map. You know, you set a material either to 0 or 1 or any other thing. Now it's 0 and 1. And I was, if y the vertical coordinate, so the bottom, the ground, if it's over 0, it does something. If it's 0, it takes c equals to 1. Like if I put that to 0, there's gonna be no ground now. Ah, but there's nothing. Ah, I see, yeah. So do it always. Ah, hold it a minute. Okay, maybe it's the way I generate it. Because I don't generate it on the sides. Anyway. Ah yeah, I'm doing something here. If x equals 0. Oh, okay, there is that too. Now this is very dumb here. Now I'm gonna scrap it and do something else. Yeah, now even the base has random cubes. Oh, that's more populated. I can also change the. I have 4 gradients, 256 colors, 64 gradients each. And so what is my idea? My idea is, and it's not that. Oh, I wanted to make generate something new. Okay, maybe not yet. I'll make it work. So I think my idea was, let's see if I can do it. So this is position 0. This is how far away. Just put it on the center though. Oh shit. Ah, that's the Z. Ah, that's the Z. Yeah, okay, my mistake. Okay, good. And maybe I want it at the center now. and I want to rotate it. RY was yeah, the rotation was no, but I wanted to do some other rotation. It looks cool like this anyway. Let me think. Now I don't remember. Yes. So for now, yeah, let's keep it like that also. I think now it's very populated. Now you can't even see with that. Now we have boxes. So make let's make it move. It's moving very slow. I never fixed the side. Is it only do it from one side? Just doing something. It's trembling. No, that's too fast. Fuck. That's more like it. Now this is something I also want to see because that's a bug. So my goal is to make a top-down game. However, now normally you will have some big area, it could be 256 even. That doesn't cut it. I'll see about it, but obviously this is not what I plan to do. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna do tiles of possibly 8 by 8 by 8, separate objects. I'm gonna have many of them. Can I see? I only have this here. And I'm gonna move a tile map from top, and only the objects that are visible are gonna be rendered, so that we don't make some extreme geometry. We are not making the whole map. What does BM block map? No, look, the block map is gonna be that, for example. Now, because I had issues, make it that. But the individual tile map, it can be BM width divided by TM width. It's not very descriptive. I'm gonna call it big tiles width. Now this is not very descriptive, but whatever. Now this is gonna be 1, but okay. So this is really... that's the number of objects. How much? Oh, come on. Why don't you calculate it for me? That is 16. 256. This is gonna be 256. That's okay. And I'm gonna change those. You are annoying me. Another CNF, but I realized somewhere I couldn't get it. So this is my idea, but now somehow I want to figure out this bug. When it goes there, it does that. Why? Why? However, this is the Gurose. On the left it's okay. It doesn't do it. It does it only for the... flat, so it should be easy to find. Now we might decide to go for the flat aesthetics. Although it has to be not so bright, it has to be This just too white and then very dark. I will see because Bugo rent. So good thing is we know draw edge is flat. I commented out this one. Is this what's going on? No. Maybe we don't clamp something. It's not gonna be easy to remember what I was doing here. We can compare. Here we clamp. Clamp right. Is the screen width, but obviously shifted because this is fixed point. Now here we put it outside. Why is it optimization? Here we don't. Ah, we do the left only for some reason. Did I meant this to be one? Possibly. Now here, did I forget to during the board? Why is this here on the tab? Now technically you also have to clamp the left side. Wouldn't you need to clamp the left side? Here, do it. First of all the tabs are wrong. Something happened. And all the tabs are wrong here. I don't know why. I have a question mark here. Same here, my god. This is very... I mean it's cozy, but it's very repetitive. Some of the songs are long and... First of all, oh my god, look at that. What the hell? What the hell? This is code I ported from Quickbasic. Rewrote actually. Everything is. But I didn't just copy paste from Quickbasic. I had. Everything is broken. I'll fix that later. Now why do I say if d equals 0? Now if memset is 0, is it gonna have... Oh! Here I'm doing something else. If x here's 1, if it's greater or equal to 0, it could be at the same pixel then. Then it would be nice to draw one pixel. It goes from 0. Wait, if it's equal, then this is not gonna work. One less pixel to avoid overdraw. Now if it's one less pixel, I would expect this to be that, isn't it? Oh, there might be a reason. I'm using the same variables. Here, I might want it to be. But wait. They are fixed point here. They could be even different, but very very close, and it will be filtered later here. It's not like... Let's see, first of all. Okay, first of all, that seems to work. I noticed some of them here, but maybe there's another reason. Oh my. And then why do I do that? Because I don't like the one pixel less. Because this is filtered by the loop. If x was xs1, it will not even do it. But it's also filtered by this. And it's also yeah, I know. This is the fixed point, but later, if those fixed point numbers are very close, the integer part might be falling at the same pixel. Now I don't remember if you put size 0 on memset, is it okay? Is it gonna say okay, it's 0 bytes, I'm not gonna do nothing? It's not gonna crash. Maybe that's why I did it. Now do I need... Why am I not clamping here? Because okay, I handled... These versions are doing Bugo shading, they're doing interpolation, so they also have to handle if the left coordinate is on the left side of the screen is out, you have to put it, if it's less than 0, you have to put it 0, and you are gonna clamp it here, you're gonna 0 it here. That's the idea. Because you also have to clamp this is the Bugo shading, the C0. You have to move the offset, and the right, okay, if it goes, you clamped it with the end of the screen, you go left to right and you stop. So that works there. I'm under the impression that this would be okay. Unless I'm mistaken. Because if it's the same, this is not gonna run. If it's more, it might still not run if the fixed point numbers are very close. Now why aren't we shifting them and then clamping them? Is there a good reason? I don't. It doesn't matter now. Now here, we need to clamp. We don't do it inside, so we don't need to do it. We need to clamp x is 0. I'm clamping it also with the screen width because you might move very fast to the right side. What happens there? Now the right side I'm clamping it with screen width, but should I also clamp? I think it's gonna be eliminated here if you clamp. If this one, if you go to the left and it is negative, this is gonna clamp to 0. So this is not gonna be greater than this and it's gonna be eliminated. So no need for extra clamp. Now is it the same from the right side? Like if I need to clamp this from 0, but if I clamp it from... If this always come... I am under the impression that I can do a clamp left with 0 here. That's nice, I guess. So that's I'm gonna run it for fun on those books. See if also something breaks. Enough cubes and I goes theoretical or 486 66. Okay. I want to commit a bit once, just to keep track. We put the 32-bit SDL there. I just have to remember to... clean up. Who else was saying? I know that if I add binaries like SDL, DLL, people cringe. And I was watching someone else who was like, yeah, I don't care. Ah, yeah. And in fact, I was watching, you know, recently you have Sonic GX 4000. This was released for the Amstrad GX 4000. Amazing. And I was looking at the presentation. This one, and he, among other things, he also said, look, a bit about the tool, said, okay, we are committing in GitHub, and I'm committing the updated ROM, binary ROMs, and some other binary stuff all the time. And I know you might say it's a waste, but I was like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. And but I will push my modern PC. I will drag it to the ground, something like that. It's a bit okay. It's a bit of an excuse. I don't know. I've heard that, oh no, GitHub is bad with binaries and it grows, and I don't sometimes I want to push my binaries. I just want that, and I don't want alternative solution. I want to push my binaries on my own projects so that if I check out, I'm gonna get all the relevant stuff. I've gone so far to even, and it might be cringe, even here, let's see, I don't do it with everything. Look, the source code of my old demo, Goldilocks, it had DOSBox inside. I would commit DOSBox itself. And tools, I know, but I know. I would commit DOSBox so that when I check out, run with call this local DOSBox with the local configs. Didn't do it with those projects. I would commit WinApe32 CPC emulator with a CPC project. Fine, I know, this is bad. Especially when I realize that it's consistent, in GitHub especially, it's an enormous waste. And it might say because there are no differences, the binary differences, it's gonna push the entire binary. But usually I don't make changes in this stuff. Now SDL2 will remain the same now. I'll have to remember to use the 32 bits. Anyway, I diverted a bit. So I need to go back. By the way, this Quickbasic, this code from Quickbasic, that was the Quickbasic engine, really. Oh, I diverted a bit. I don't have it here. I'm not sure why. I thought I had it here. Anyway, it was that Quickbasic engine I did, and I had Guru shading and pseudo environment mapping func shading. By the pseudo environment mapping func shading, there is a texture Guru, but there is also this one. This is dark for a reason. Now this is the Guru, because this is only the texture. But the texture is dark. Is a dark block that is gonna be added to the Guru. But now I realized I have single texture mapping, and maybe with this game I can just have map things normally, not pseudo environment map, and have some regular texture. Make some bitmap tile for the texture, or maybe more, based on material, and have something. Else I will go for the flat shaded look. We'll see. So now I lost track. The thing is, oh, if I want to do that, now I'm going to have to do. Okay, we have the big block data. Oh, okay. What happens if I do init block map? Maybe I have to split the block data too, and that would be okay. Okay, I see. Now I have level number, but what's the point of level number? Because I thought I would have different levels. That could confuse me. Now, I could have a unified block data. I will have to think how I'm gonna do it. Yeah, because now if I want to split it... First of all, do not be confused. Forget about that now, make it simple. There is no level none. Now there is gonna be something different that I might have to do. Yeah. I still need to think. I could. It would be okay. Do you remember I wanted to make different? I have this thought though that I could synthesize the scene. See, I still need to work. I can go and say, you know what, fuck it. Let's make separate block data map. And now you do have to. We're going back. You need an index. However, I can say, you know what? There you have it. Why not do it like that? Oh, fine. What was it? Yeah, it's very junk now. I don't even know what I'm doing. I will need some. I will need some time to figure this out. We definitely want to say something like that. However, this is not BM. Wait, this is. Ah, okay. Now they are 32 by 32, so it's 4 by 4. Now that would be better for now. So it's only 16. We want to do the. Let's see. No, each one of these block data. Now it's not a complete block data, so that might not be a good idea, but we'll see. Maybe I would have preferred a global block data, but maybe I'm not going in the right direction, but it's the easier direction now. And because I might want to alter the global block data, but maybe not, because I can handle them separately. However, I can make a big block data map that will be the global, because things will be static after all, and I could use that to check collision, but also I can easily go from the player coordinate to weights of the block data. So you know what I did? Now instead of a big block data, 256 by 256 for example, I broke it into 8 by 8. Now this is not 256, this is less, but let's see. And what does that do? Ah, this is doing the, okay. I can handle them as separate tile maps. I can do some fun stuff. I have a dilemma. I could do the big one. That's extra memory. I can. So, now this is the same. Now this is gonna generate the same thing. There might be more that has to be done. I'm gonna run it and we get this crab there. Okay. Now if I run it, we're gonna get this crab. Now if I run it and put something, we're gonna get at least some other crab. Ah, this is funny. It's like it's like Lego. Maybe 7 is 5. Where is the lighting? The lighting is X, Y, depth. Okay, we're looking down. I think this is normalized. Ah, it's on that side, yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna see that later, maybe. Okay, maybe this is good enough. We don't bother much now. Put that 5. 3. I'm gonna keep it like this. We're gonna see it anyway. And okay. So let me think now. Now we end up procedure. Of course, this is gonna change. I'm gonna do something else. I'm gonna generate different type. I'm gonna do something now. We can take the block map index also. We can vary a bit the randomness. We can put it here maybe. Now this is gonna be 0. I'll put it like this. That has a bit of vibe. So my goal is I'm still messing around, of course. Yeah, there it is. Let's do that. Now the height is the height. We know which one. Oh my god. Now we have to see. Maybe we go like that. I'm using this const all the places. It's a habit, but I don't know if it... I might not like it now, necessarily. I don't know. Something. Let's put something. Now px is gonna be do I even know the size? Now the width is okay. Let's do some crappy thing. Now the block size is 256. gonna get the block size. It's possible that the coordinates are floating points, they are not fixed point in 3D, but I'm using this block size. So oh my god. No. Oh, hold it a minute. BT? No. Oh, I see. And this is the tile map width. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I don't know what I'm doing, or I joke about it. And am I trying to... I'm always worrying about oh, it's not that, it's that crap. I know I can use CNF, but in some compilers, I think in Whatcom 2, it didn't work and I didn't know. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, okay, maybe also make it float, but that's not the point. I equals 0, I plus plus. Oh, I know. Yeah, obviously. You don't just render everything. I think it is the 4th tiles. And they're getting coarser and coarser. Now they're not centered. Now let's... This block map index, let's make it just 1. We're getting close. Now they are the 4x4. I have an idea. Now they are different. Why? They're different because the rand is different. And that's fine because we see them. Oh, I know why they are not connected, because I have that. I wanted the edges, there was something with the edges on the sides. I said if you are on the edges, then don't render. Because when I was looking it from the sides, I couldn't have the side polygons, the end polygons. render, and I wanted to see them, and now everything is connected. Wow. And okay, I know why there are some higher polygons. This one. No, because in the block map, I'm looking up, down, left, right directions. I'm looking at nearby blocks. Like where I do it. Maybe even here. And if I'm at the edges, I'm like, don't add any, because it's outside the map or something. I was doing something like that. Now, will it change? And that might be okay. Also because it's gonna go out of bounds. Because on a certain block it looks the nearby blocks. Those directions are from the center block -1, +1, +1, -1, west, east, north, south, up, down. This is similar code with the Bizarro engine. And I have some indices, offsets. Now, if you are in the very last block, this is gonna go out of bounds. I could clamp it, I could do. And I happen to not now. If I always do that, it might even crash. I don't know. Okay, it works. Ah, do you see? This is it. These are at the very end, and this still has issues. That's why I did it on the 3D. Now I don't mind about that. I can say no. Yeah, that was that. Or I want to not have the issue with those. Yeah, you don't. So the highest part is like, yeah, no, fuck it. Now I have an idea that I can. That's one idea. I can give it a gap, and it's like city blocks now. Or oh, Let's try this. We're building Grand Theft Auto. Now, why they are sparse? Because we're gonna have to create something else. Ah, no, no, no. It's the opposite. So this is a random number, and if it's greater than something, then make it 0 else 1. Oh no, the music's finished. Oh my god, this is, yes. Now, obviously, this is gonna be very slow. Parallax cubes. But my goal is, these separate entities are gonna be tiles, and I could easily, with a bounding box, know, okay, this one is outside the screen, the bounding box, and it's gonna be a 2D bounding box from Bugo. It's outside the screen, and so I'm just curious about now I'm just rendering everything, and I could exclude it by moving. I could even make the area such that very few are inside the screen. Yeah, that's funny. Parallax cubes. Ooh. Even that doesn't seem to. And you can go with 64, 64. Oh, what the hell? What changed now? Huh. I'm not sure about that, or maybe I am. Struggles more. Let's put pending 133. 166. Obviously that's not gonna be, it's gonna be more simple. I can even make tile maps that are. It could be that. I will have to generate normally, do some plasma things. Maybe make some tiles that look like boxes and arches and stuff. Now this is just some randomizer. Okay, that's a lot. Now, can I go with 256 now? I had some issues. Okay, it seems that I can go here. Fewer boxes, fewer geometry. Very coarse. Make the scalar 1. Oh my god, those are a lot. Those are still a lot. Takes time to generate. Yeah, so you might get it that maybe stay with 64. Right now I'm just rendering everything, but I will relatively easily can discard with bounding boxes. Okay, this whole thing is outside, so I don't even need to move it and rotate it and no, this is the position of the rotation. I hit transform and render. And my goal is to make top-down blocky structures, maybe some empty gaps. That's why the gap could be, or I could have empty tiles. They could be complete. A complete map where some of the tiles might have no blocks. They might be empty. I could even make an actual tile maps with an index pointed to different geometries. And my goal is to make some kind of a worm. The game, I said Astroscolix, Scolix for worm, Scolicus. Scolix. Scolix. Yeah, there are some worms there. Oh, these are worms you can eat. I'm not sure. And my goal was to make something. Let's put the music. Let's put that one. That's my favorite. And I will be moving something and it will scroll this background, and maybe I'll do something. I try to capture food, and I thought I would make a chain of sprites, of blobs or something. And the worm, it's like worm, it's like the game, the worm game. That's my idea, and I'm happy that I am onto something, and I have movie stuff around. I don't know how I will go on with this. But you are gonna be navigating around the thing. We'll see. Now, if I work every day for 9 days, or maybe crunch it on the weekend, good, top down, take off. needs work. Something, I don't know. Maybe I'll do something, but it's not certain. And it's more like I want to work on something on the sides for a week. Unless I go back to Bizarro or other things. And that's it, guys. See you, I guess, in the next one. Maybe it's not gonna be soon, because maybe it's gonna be after this competition. And then you will know if I ever did anything. Or just scrapped it. But I can keep the code and do something else with it. Bye!